and welcome back to day 2 of Go Direct with Your Guides. I am thrilled that you're back today, and it's been wonderful to receive the feedback about the process that we used yesterday, the practice of counting back from 100 to 1 in order to help you to clear out your mind and get those 10 minutes for yourself to start establishing your communication and connection practice with your guides. But today is even more exciting. I mentioned yesterday that I am the direct voice channel for a highly evolved non-physical stream of consciousness group that we call All That Is. Now, it wasn't always easy for me when this started happening for me. I had an idea that there was something that I was here to do in the world. I just knew that there was a purpose to me being here. And the life I was living was very far away from that purpose. I was unhappy, in a bad relationship, in a horrible job, you know, the usual things that we do to create struggle in our life. Well, I was creating lots of struggle. So when this experience started happening for me, as you might very well imagine, and I think perhaps you might have some of these as well, it's incredibly normal. I was terrified. I was quite fearful of what was happening to me. I hadn't yet got to a place of trust with my guidance. And the reason that I hadn't was because I had no trust in myself. I had no sense of self-esteem, or a very low sense of self-esteem. So I couldn't understand why something good would want to happen for me. Why I would be, out of all the billions of people on the planet, why I would be one of the people that started to bring through guidance that was able to transform people through the words that I speak, and even now, these days, just simply through my presence. Who was I to be able to do that? I saw myself only as a very small, very human person who had not yet become what I thought I needed to be in order to have these beautiful divine experiences. And so very early on in our relationship, All That Is shared with me and worked with me diligently, because it took me a long time. I'm sure it doesn't take anybody else as long as it took me. I was very stubborn in my struggle, and I was determined to do things the hard way. And that's why I love to share this information with people today and to do the work that I do with people, because it can be done with a snap of a finger, essentially, for those who are ready, and I know you are. So today is all about helping you to get your confidence and to release the fears, the limiting beliefs, all the stories you've got up here in your unconscious mind about the thing that you're wanting to do here, about this connecting with something beyond your human form. And so I love being able to share this with you. We're going to work on getting confident today. So early on in this relationship, it became obvious to me and to my guides that I needed to be cleared of all the disempowering things within me, all what I now call in a umbrella of disempowerment. So all of the disempowerments that I had within me. Now those disempowerments are any fears, any limiting beliefs or belief systems that I had, any stories I had running around in the back of my mind or in my unconscious mind about who I was and who I wasn't and who everybody else was, and about what this work was, whether it was good or evil, essentially. Anything that was limiting my potential had to be cleared from me. And so we went to work for more than a year on clearing out all of that junk within my unconscious mind, because the guides explained to me that the entry to higher vibrational beings, or the entry to your higher self, is through what they call the superconscious mind. Now, if you can imagine that we have three minds, we have the conscious mind, the unconscious mind, and the superconscious mind. When you, as a human being, through your conscious mind, wish to communicate with your superconscious mind, or use that portal to get to your higher self and to other non-physical guides, you have to communicate through your unconscious mind. And when the response comes back to you, as it always will, because you ask and it is given, when you ask a question of your higher self, of your guides, of your high-level intuition even, the response that you get has to be filtered through your unconscious mind. And so it's incredibly important, in fact it's the number one thing that we must do, is to clear out all of those disempowerments, limiting beliefs, stories, our wounding throughout this lifetime, and also from time to time through other lives if they're affecting you now. So today I want to do a very small bit of that work for you. We are going to focus today on the fears and the disempowerments and limiting beliefs that you have around yourself, around your ability to have these sorts of connections with a higher frequency being, or indeed your own higher self, because they will stop you from having this connection. And it is your absolute divine birthright that you have this connection. Nothing and no one can stop you from it. It is part indeed of your evolution. So what I want you to do is this. Down below under the video you will find a worksheet. It's just one page. I want you to go through and I want you to fill that out. I want you to really pour everything out onto that piece of paper. And then once you've done that, I want you to download the audio, which is also below. Now this is a very special audio of a process that the guides taught me, which I now use with clients. I call it the 1 minute miracle because it is really quick, and it can be that quick. We don't have to talk about our stories for years and years anymore to release them. We don't have to go through healing session after healing session after healing session anymore, unless we choose to, and that again is your right, but we don't have to. And so this 1 minute miracle process that I'm going to share with you will clear out all of the fears and disempowering thoughts and beliefs around getting in connection with your guides and receiving communication from them. So go and do that, and come and join us in the Mystery School for Women once you've completed today's task. Tell us how it went for you, ask any questions that you have, and we will see you again tomorrow. I said we because my guides are also here. You might notice every now and then my voice changes slightly. That will be when they're coming through to add a little something to what I'm speaking about. And I will, at the end of this 5 days, I'm going to share with you a video, an introduction, where you can get to experience my guides speaking through me, just for a little bit of fun. Tomorrow, day 3, we're going to come back and we're going to start talking about communicating with your guides. We're going to specifically talk about how to ask the right question. What is the right question and how to ask it, so that you can then decide what question you want to ask and start preparing to ask that question. Cannot wait to share that information with you. We're getting closer and closer and closer to day 5 when you're going to go direct with your guides. So stick with me and I will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.